Good afternoon. Welcome to Philadelphia Warrior Baseball here back home at Curtis Field. Presley Millsaps, Patrick Bethel, Scott McIntosh here to bring you Warrior action this evening. The Meigs County Tigers in the second half of the doubleheader with Meigs. 12-1 Warriors on the season will try to continue their winning streak against the Meigs County Tigers. Presley, let's start the evening with the lineups for Meigs County, please.
Number 2 playing shortstop is Goings. Number 44 playing center is Welch. Number 20 playing right field is Hogan. Number 1 playing pitcher is Paxton. Number 3 playing center. Number 44 catcher is Welch. And then number 3 Spradling is playing center field. Number 21 Vaughan is left field. Number 4 Roberts, which is playing first. Number 12 Scott, which is third, and number 10 Schrank, which is second.
Thank you, Presley, and we're ready to play ball. We'll get to the Philadelphia lineup here in just a second. Right now, we've got number 2 Goins up to bat. Again, as Presley said, he'll play shortstop tonight. He'll bat first in the lineup. Nolan Bethel on the hill. His first pitch was a ball, so he'll be throwing his second pitch, which is in there for a strike. So the count's at 1-1. Across the diamond tonight, you have Noah Eller at first, Jaden Capshaw at second, Caden Ridings at shortstop, and Branson Black at third base. The pitch from Bethel in there for strike 2, so a 1-2 count. And swing and a miss. That'll be the first out for the Warriors as Goins goes down swinging. The outfield for the Warriors tonight in left field, Max Russell. In center, you've got Costner. And in right field will be Isaac Kelch. First pitch to the second batter in the lineup, the catcher Welch, is swung on and missed. So Nolan Bethel starting fast tonight, getting ahead in the count. And that ball is swung on and hit, and that'll drop down into left field. Fielded by Max Russell. He'll throw it in. And he'll keep the batter Welch at first base.
Now batting for Meigs, number 20, Hogan.
Now batting number 20, Hogan.
So Hogan, which came in relief over at Meigs County a few nights ago, will bat third. Tonight Hogan will start in right field. And that pitch upstairs, bringing the count to 1-0. So 1 out here in the Meigs half of the first inning. Again, a home game. Finally back at home for the Warriors here at Curtis Field. It's a beautiful day. The field is beautiful as always as that pitch is inside on the batter. The throw down as the runner advances will be not in time. Welch will be in scoring position now at second base. Behind the plate, we don't want to forget him. Behind the plate will be Sebastian Correa tonight. And as you already have heard, Nolan Bethel on the hill. Bethel's pitch, a breaking ball. Gets that inside corner for strike 1 on the batter. The count goes to 2-1. Welcome to anybody and everybody listening to us live on RedskinRadio.com. Anybody watching later on afterwards, we're proud to have you. Once again, Presley Millsap, Scott McIntosh, Patrick Bethel here, bringing you Warrior action. So the count 3-1 now to Hogan. That pitch right down the middle taken by Hogan will run the count to 3-2 with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Warriors started fast against Meigs last time, putting 4 runs on the board almost before we started playing. We'll see if Meigs can do the same to us here. The runner will take first base on the base on balls.
Now batting for Meigs.
Now batting number 1, Paxton.
Paxton will be your starting pitcher tonight. He played catcher against the Warriors last time, a very good catcher. He is, according to their coaches, their ace. He's their number one pitcher. So we'll see how we do against him. But right now he's at bat. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it off straight back for strike one. And Nolan will ask for a fresh baseball as Paxton, number one, will stand in, ready to receive his second pitch. Pitch behind him. A great job by Sebastian Correa to catch that ball behind the batter. Would have easily advanced the runners. Now here's the pitch, and that ball swung on, and that's going to land and get all the way to the wall. Fielded, thrown in, and a run will score. Welch scores on the play. That'll be the first score for Meigs, is doing a little dance in tribute to the hitter Paxton as he one-hopped the wall there. So Meigs with runners at second and third here with one out, top of the first inning, leading 1-0. Spradling up to bat. Spradling plays center field. Bethel's pitch, strike one. Spradling late on that one, fouls it down the first baseline for strike two. And two runners on for Meigs as they're trying to score early on the Warriors. And there's a strikeout for Nolan Bethel. That makes two. That'll be two outs for the Warriors, two outs on Meigs.
Now batting number 21, Vaughn.
Vaughn, yep. Vaughn plays left field.
Now batting number 21, Vaughn.
A pitch to Vaughn in the dirt. Correa scoops it nicely, keeping the ball in front of them and the runners on their bases. As Bethel tries to pitch out of a small jam here, down 1-0. Runners on second and third. Two down, top of the first inning. Vaughn tried to take one off the knee there. Ball broke almost across the plate. Didn't quite make it. They'll run the count to 2-0. Ball swung on, fouled off the catcher's mitt for strike one. Meigs definitely coming out more aggressive than they did the other night at their place. Ball swung on and missed. That'll be strike two. Runs the count to 2-2. Pitcher Paxton helping out his cause with a big gapper to the wall. The only RBI in the inning. There's the third pitch, and it's a strike. And that'll do it for Meigs in their half. They did scratch for one.
Got a couple of hits. One run, two left. We go to the bottom
Into the top, middle of the first inning. The Warriors down 1-0, and they'll get their opportunity to bat. You're listening to Warrior Baseball here on RedskinRadio.com.
coverage on RedskinRadio.com is made possible by Barnard Construction, specializing in pole barns and residential work. Owned and operated by Michael Barnard. Michael is a Philadelphia alumnus and a proud supporter of Warrior Nation Radio and Philadelphia School. Barnard Construction, 809-8904. Spring sports coverage.
Back to Warrior action here from Philadelphia, Tennessee. Your leadoff batter for the Warriors, Caden Ridings.
Leading off for your Warriors, number 7, Caden Ridings.
Nolan Bethel will be on deck. Sebastian Correa will be the third batter in the inning, followed by Capshaw if we get there. First pitch to Ridings in there for strike one. As mentioned before, Paxton is advertised as the ace of the Meigs staff. Pitch number 2 to Ridings, swung on, darted out to right field, but just foul. Had the right idea. That would have been extra bases. But in this case, it's a loud strike. He's down in the count 0-2. Pitch from Paxton. Way inside for ball one. Riding's an extremely hot batter the entire season, but definitely recently. That ball, a breaking ball that's behind the batter over the top of the head. Released it just a touch early. That'll bring the count to 2-2. Riding's trying to get the Warriors started here, down 1-0. That ball swung on, another ball down the right field area. First baseline, I guess you'd call it, but fielded well by the first baseman, so that'll be out number 1.
Now batting 0-0, Nolan Bethel.
Fly ball by Ridings caught by the first baseman. That's Roberts. So Bethel will stand in with 1 out in his attempt to try to get something started for the Warriors here in the first inning. Pitch in there for strike 1. Very early here, but Paxton seems to be very efficient in the strike zone, other than one ball that was over the head with the breaking ball. But as I say that, a little bit outside, ball 1. That ball looked to be outside, but called a strike nonetheless by the umpire. We'll put that in our notes and understand that that needs to be consistent. That ball swung on, fielded by the second baseman, but dropped, and he keeps on dropping it, and he's going to drop it enough to get Nolan Bethel to first base. So any way on here for the Warriors as Bethel gets there.
Number 42, Sebastian Correa.
So Sebastian Correa up. Playing catcher tonight behind the plate. He'll step out and ask for time. Correa squares to bunt. The runner didn't go. Ball thrown behind him, and he gets back safely. Does Nolan Bethel. I suspect Bethel will be running this time. The ball will be thrown over to the first baseman, well over his head. And Nolan will get the easy way over to second. So a runner in scoring position for the Warriors, and the person of Bethel there on the error by the pitcher. Throw well over the first baseman's head. Warriors will run and run extensively, as we all know if we've been watching the Warriors this year. Pitch in there, swung on. Strike number 1 for Correa. Count 1-1. Got one out. Correa hit 2 home runs against the Meigs County Tigers the last time we faced them. That ball again way up high and breaking across the face of Correa. Bring the count to 2-1. Bethel gets his lead at second. Second baseman holds Nolan on, then backs off. Ball swung on and missed by Correa for strike 2. That'll bring the count to 2-2. Aggressive swing there by Correa. So he has a hot bat lately. He wants to swing. There's the pitch. Ball inside. Bethel goes. And he'll be picked off. As he hesitated, tried to get the guy to miss the tag. The umpire says the tag was made. So Nolan Bethel will go back to the dugout. That'll be the second out. So the bases are clear now with a 2-2 count for Correa. Ball swung on and fouled back. Count will stay at 2-2. As Correa tries to start a 2-out rally fresh here with nobody on base. There's the pitch, swung on. Fly out to left field, and that'll get down for the base hit for Correa. And Capshaw up to bat. Capshaw also hit a home run in his last time against Meigs County, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, hit one at Eagleton. So hot bat again for Capshaw. Capshaw bats from the left side. Correa takes his lead off first base. 2 down for the Warriors. Pitch in there for strike 1. Costner stands on deck. Should he be able to? Should Capshaw reach? Capshaw takes strike 2. Looks at it. Good pitch by Paxton. Correa goes. Ball awful close there. It'd be taken for a ball by Capshaw. At least it looked to be here. Pitcher asks, where was it? Umpire says outside. That ball fouled off by Capshaw as he was looking to dump one into left field, being a left-handed batter.
That outside ball looked pretty darn good.
Yeah, it was a good swing by Capshaw, well timed, but just a little late. And there's a pitch once again, just a touch late as he's trying to, I believe, put one into left field. That ball fouled back over the screen. Count still 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down. Runner on second base, the person is Sebastian Correa. That ball swung on, and it'll be just over first base, and that could be 2 bases at least. We'll see. Ball fielded, thrown in. That's going to be well over the shortstop's head. Fielded by the left fielder, and Capshaw with an RBI double will even the game at 1-1. That ball bounced right over first base. As in the entire at bat, looked like he was trying to go opposite field. He pulls one down about as far as you could pull it.
Now up to bat, number 33, Bryson Costner.
So an RBI double for Jaden Capshaw. Costner will be up with 2 outs. And we'll see if Dad has him swinging. Oh boy. Ball throw, pickoff move, a really good pickoff move. Thrown to the second baseman, just a touch high, bounces off the glove.
Absolutely, that ball's anywhere in the vicinity of that second baseman, I believe Jaden would have been burned.
Yep. So a couple throwing errors have cost Meigs dearly here in this inning. Count is 0-1 to Costner. Bryson Costner. That ball swung on, make it 0-2. Score 1-1. And Noah Eller stands on deck should Costner reach base. That ball high and by the catcher. Capshaw will stroll into third base easily. Welch behind the plate for Meigs, not necessarily the catcher that Paxton is when he's not pitching. But that's a tall order because Paxton is really good back there. That ball swung on, a good swing, fouled straight back, barely missed it, had the timing perfect. Count still 1-2, 2 down. Capshaw stands on third base, ready to come in. That ball bounced in, and Capshaw's going to come in. He'll come in without even a slide. Not sure, Mr. Bethel, is that would you call that a wild pitch or a pass ball?
Probably at this age, I would consider that one a wild pitch. I think when you get into high school, most of your older boys will block a ball up in front of the plate.
So on the wild pitch, the Warriors go ahead. As Capshaw's double pays off into a run. And now we've got the count to 3-2 as Costner's watched his third ball go by. And we'll see if Paxton can recover and not put Costner on. He does well, and that ball was a strike either way. It was swung on and it's missed, and that'll do it for the Warriors here in the first inning, and that'll do it for the first inning period. After one, the Warriors are up 2-1. You're listening to Warrior Baseball on RedskinRadio.com.
Join 96.1 WLNT as we bring you live coverage of select Loudon Lady Redskins softball games. Our next broadcast will be on Friday, April 9th, as the Lady Redskins host the Lenoir City Panthers. Join Clayton Stamey for live coverage beginning at 5:15. First pitch is at 5:30. Follow Lady Redskins softball on 96.1 WLNT and RedskinRadio.com. You can watch live coverage of Loudon Redskins soccer with Marvin Fiesel. Find it at RedskinRadio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the player box. Live coverage is made possible by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. Follow Loudon Redskins soccer throughout the season on RedskinRadio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT. You can watch live coverage of Loudon Redskins soccer with Marvin Fiesel. Find it at RedskinRadio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the player box. Live coverage is made possible by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. Follow Loudon Redskins soccer throughout the season on RedskinRadio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT.
Coming up for Meigs, number 4, Roberts.
Thank you, Presley. We start the second inning. It's a tight one so far. Warriors 2, Meigs 1. First baseman Roberts up to bat. First pitch that looked really good to a shorter batter. Called a ball. I'm not sure where that was. I guess he called it low. Doesn't matter what I think, though. And that's not a ball. That's a strike because he swung on it. Would have been a strike anyway. That runs the count to 1-1. Ball in the dirt, picked by Correa nicely. I'll run the count to 2-1. Roberts, the 7th batter in the order, will take ball 3. That runs the count to 3-1. As he's ahead in the count here as the leadoff batter of the second inning. That ball outside, and he'll take first base on the base on balls.
Now batting, number 12, Scott.
Scott plays third base. This is his first at bat. He is the second to last batter in the order. As Schrank will stand on deck. No outs. That ball swung on. Ridings will field it. He'll throw to second. On to first. And that's a double play for the Warriors. 6-4-3 DP for the Warriors, and that's the way you do it.
Scott, that was a tough double play as that ball pulled Ridings in the gap between short and third, and he was able to gather it, spin it over to Kepshaw, who was able to turn it.
Loudon High School baseball coach Jason Lambert talked to me today, and he's allegedly potentially out there watching. If he saw that one, he'll get excited.
Now batting, number 10, Schrank.
The last batter in the order, Schrank, swings at the first pitch. That'll be strike one. And that's a play that can get you started. If that doesn't give a pitcher confidence, I don't know what will. And here's the second pitch, and that pitch breaks across the plate. And Nolan Bethel on the last two pitches looks like a new pitcher. Amazing what one play can do. That pitch outside, good pitch for him though, trying to see if Schrank will go fish. Run the count to 1-2. The 6-4-3 double play. Ridings to Capshaw to Eller. Put that one in the highlight reel. That ball inside. Run the count to 2-2. Bethel doing an excellent job keeping the ball down. Not easy to see whether it's a strike or not. And that one also really close, but called a ball. Staying on that lower half. That'll run the count full. As a batter, it was always a little easier for me to see a ball that was high and know that it was going to stay high. That ball definitely low as it landed in the grass. And we'll put Schrank on first base, and we'll bring up
Now batting, number 2, Goings.
We'll bring up the leadoff hitter for Meigs. But before that happens, we'll get a visit to the mound by Coach Costner and the entire infield. We'll talk over how things are going.
Goins struck out in the first.
Those of you that have been able to watch, I hope you've enjoyed the action. That's the play just a minute ago, well worth the price of admission if you don't see another one. Excellent baseball being played this season by the Warriors. So Bethel will pitch to the leadoff batter, and he will put a couple stitches right in the middle of that number 2 on his back, and they'll put him on in the hit by pitch. So Welch will come up with runners on first and second, 2 outs. Welch is the catcher.
Welch hit a gapper in front of Meigs there in the first.
So yeah, Welch went to left field. He's 1 for 1 on the night, or on the afternoon, I guess. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The leadoff hitter going, the shortstop is still walking off that one. I felt that one in here. That one, whether it's your team or the other team, that one stung. My goodness. Squarely on the back, on that number on his back. That wasn't in the rear end. That was on that back. Bethel's pitch a little inside. He'll start with Mr. Welch 1-0. So as we said, Welch 1 for 1 on the day. Trying to even this game at 1. That pitch swung on. And that'll hit the batter, and he'll be out, as I think he was trying to get in the way and not very smart. That'll do it for Meigs, as they waste 2 runners on a running error right there. 2-1 Warriors as we go to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Warrior Baseball on RedskinRadio.com.
So we move to the bottom of the second inning. Your score remains Philadelphia 2, Meigs 1.
You can watch live coverage of Philadelphia Warrior Baseball at RedskinRadio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the Warrior Nation player box. Coverage is sponsored by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. In addition to live coverage, you can watch past games anytime on demand. Just go to RedskinRadio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT. Spring sports coverage on RedskinRadio.com is made possible by Barnard Construction, specializing in pole barns and residential work. Owned and operated by Michael Barnard. Michael is a Philadelphia alumnus and a proud supporter of Warrior Nation Radio and Philadelphia School. Barnard Construction, 809-8904.
He's wanting his spikes. He can't keep on his plant foot. They're in the back of the car. The wagon. Yeah. Is that big? Yeah. Okay. They're in the back hatch. They're in the back? Yeah.
Welcome back. What am I thinking? You never went away. Well, we're back, and Noah Eller is up for his first time on the afternoon. Noah bats sixth in the order. He is playing first base tonight.
For your Warriors will be number 14, Noah Eller.
Also back here in this second inning, pitcher number 1, Paxton, as he'll continue on the mound. Branson Black will be on deck. Max Russell will bat third. First pitch taken by Eller, strike 1. Eller squares to bunt. He'll pull back. Pitcher very demonstrative. I'm not sure that'll go over well if that continues. Ball 1, strike 1. That ball in there, dribble to the pitcher. He'll field it. He'll throw down the first for the easy play. 1-3 the put out for Noah Eller.
Now batting number 17, Branson Black.
So Branson Black with his first at bat of the evening. Will bat with nobody on, 1 out. He'll swing. That ball will be well out to the railroad tracks over the screen for strike 1. Paxton's pitch that time inside. Run the count to 1-1 for Branson Black. Pitch swung on. That'll be out to left field. Left fielder goes up underneath it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Max Russell. Max Russell, your 8th batter in the order, playing left field tonight.
Now batting number 13, Max Russell.
Russell takes the ball inside, 1-0. That ball taken on the outside corner, bringing the count to 1-1.
That ball looked really outside.
Yeah. We've got to adapt to the outside strike zone, and that's another one. That'll be strike 2. We're going to have to put our toes on that line and go after the ball.
Yep. Look to drive that ball down toward the first base line.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And that would have been a strike again. Russell fights it off, keeping the count at 1-2. Russell well back in the batter's box with that outside pitch. Not going to be able to get to it. Pitcher stays outside, runs it by him for strike number 3. The Warriors go quick that time. After 2, Warriors 2, Meigs 1. You're listening to RedskinRadio.com. We'll be back.
Spring sports coverage on RedskinRadio.com is made possible by Nick Jones. If you need auto, home, power sports, or life insurance, Nick Jones is ready to help. He's a Philadelphia alumnus, and he won't be satisfied until you're completely satisfied. Nick Jones, phone 675-0300. This broadcast is made possible by Loudoun County School Board member Scott Newman. Go Redskins! This message from Scott Newman, a proud Redskin supporter. You can watch live coverage of Loudoun Redskin soccer with Marvin Fiesel. Find it at RedskinRadio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the player box. Live coverage is made possible by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. Follow Loudoun Redskin soccer throughout the season on RedskinRadio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT.
Leading off the top of the 3rd inning for Meigs County will be number 20, Hogan.
Off to bat, number 20, Hogan.
So Hogan, his second time up, will face Nolan Bethel.
As Hogan walked in the first.
And that's the way you start it, straight down the middle for Bethel. So Hogan takes strike 1. Ball bounces in for ball 1. Another ball a little bit low. Ball 2, strike 1 to the batter. As Bethel will come again to the mound, to the plate. Run the count to 3-1. Breaking ball looked to get the inside corner, but the umpire disagreed. That'll put him on base.
Now batting number 1, Paxton.
Now batting number 1, Paxton.
Paxton doubled there in the first, and a gapper between Costner and Kelch.
So Paxton will bat with a runner on. He's 1 for 1 on the day. That ball thrown in there for a strike. Throw down by the catcher is through the legs of the first baseman on a tough bounce. Nonetheless, that'll advance the runner to second base. Good hustle there to get the ball back from from right field. So Bethel, with a runner in scoring position, will pitch up in the count, 0-1. That ball swung on, bringing the count to 0-2. Ball back into the screen. Pitch by Bethel, swung on. That's going to go to Capshaw. Capshaw fields, throws over to first in time. And that'll be out number 1. Runner does advance to third on the play.
Number 3, spreading up to bat.
So Spradling will come up for his second time of the day.
Meigs, number 3, Spradling. He struck out in the first.
Spradling 0 for 1. Now batting with a runner in scoring position. It's Mr. Hogan looking to tie this game up from third base. Spradling swing and dribbles the ball foul just to the left side of the plate.
He looked very uncomfortable with that swing as he was trying to stretch himself out there to make contact.
Yeah, he's like he's trying to get out of the way of the ball and swing at the same time. Again, stepping out towards third base. Going to be impossible to hit that outside pitch. So count at 0-2, one down. Spradling swings. That'll be dribbled down to first base. He'll take the out smartly as he looked to throw down to the catcher. Would not have worked well. So that'll tie the game. The RBI, fielder's choice by Spradling.
Now batting number 21, Vaughn.
2-2 the score.
Now batting number 21, Vaughn.
Vaughn, the left fielder.
Who also struck out in the first, swinging.
0 for 1 on the day. With the bases clear, will stand in. He'll swing at the first pitch. Corkscrew his way around and then look to get his sign. 0-1 the count, 2 down, 2-2 the score. That ball inside, taken for ball 1. Pitch from Bethel swung on, golf shot back into the netting. Bring the count to 1-2, 2 down. As the hitter Vaughn will look to start something new for Meigs. With this game back to level at 2-2. Pitch that's been called a strike all game, called a ball. That'll bring the count to 2-2.
He just started that cutter in the middle of the plate and it just broke away.
That didn't break away. That broke right across the plate. The batter runs almost back to the dugout, and we throw a ball underneath the glove of the first baseman. And that'll be a strikeout, but he'll get to first on the throwing error. I'm not sure how you can run almost a quarter of the way back to the dugout and then decide to run to first base. I guess that's not out of the baseline. Coach Curtis does appeal. The appeal will be taken to the infield umpire. The infield umpire shaking his head, which means that's going to count.
And the frustrating part was the batter had already headed back. Instead of Correa going ahead and following him and applying the tag, he turned to throw to first as the runner essentially jogged past him and just ball got away.
So a mental error, nonetheless. Runner on first base, 2 down.
Now batting number 4, Vaughn's.
So Vaughn, the first baseman, will come up for his second time.
As he walked in the first.
Now batting number 4, Roberts.
I apologize. That's Roberts. Vaughn's the runner on first base. Ball under the glove of Correa.
The wild pitch.
So the runner will advance. The person of number 21, Vaughn. Roberts will stand in. With the runner in scoring position. That ball, another ball. Count 2-2. And there's strike 3, and the Warriors get their 4th out of the inning.
Looked like he took a little bit off of it just to be sure of a strike.
So Meigs strikes again.
Get 1 run.
2-2. This game is level. You're listening to a great game. It's Warrior Baseball on RedskinRadio.com.
You can watch live coverage of Loudon Redskin soccer with Marvin Fiesel. Find it at RedskinRadio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the player box. Live coverage is made possible by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. Follow Loudon Redskin soccer throughout the season on RedskinRadio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT. Join 96.1 WLNT as we bring you live coverage of select Loudon Lady Redskins softball games. Our next broadcast will be on Friday, April 9th, as the Lady Redskins host the Lenoir City Panthers. Join Clayton Stamey for live coverage beginning at 5:15. First pitch is at 5:30. Follow Lady Redskins softball on 96.1 WLNT and RedskinRadio.com.
With that throwdown, leading off the bottom of the third inning for your Warriors will be number 9, Isaac Kelch.
Leading off for your Warriors, number 9, Isaac Kelch.
This will be Kelch's first at bat of the afternoon in the bottom of the third to lead off for your Warriors.
Pitch is in. It is a ball, a little bit upstairs. Pitch 2 in. Breaking ball. It was on the edge of the plate.
And if you look, Kelch is toeing the chalk.
Ball swung at, bounced and hit the plate.
So that foul ball that even brings us to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pitch is in, it's a little outside.
And Presley, that pitch was called a strike several times our last at bat.
Mm-hmm.
So Kelch was lucky to escape that one, but he better not let that one go by again. Good job.
Pitch is in. Kelch swings at it and it goes up and hits the net.
So we'll do it again, 2-2.
Pitch is in, outside and down.
And that will even your count, or give us a full count, excuse me, to Kelch.
Next pitch is upstairs. Kelch will be taking first base. And we're back at the top of the lineup with number 7, Caden Ridings.
And Caden flew out to first base at his first at bat in the first inning.
First pitch is in, swung on. In the gap between third and shortstop.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. First pitch, he was over the plate. He went
Now batting the
poked that
double
ball through
zero,
the gap.
Nolan Bethel.
Put us runners at first and second with no outs.
Now batting number 0, Nolan Bethel. Double 0, Nolan Bethel.
So infield fly rule will be in effect. So that first pitch was breaking ball down in the zone, but called for a strike. What you think about that one, Presley?
That was a strike. It looked like one.
You need to tell him he's going to have to swing a bat then.
Second ball pitched in was a little outside, but Nolan took the swing and missed. That was a second strike. 0-2 count.
So he's got to shorten up put this ball in play.
Ball a little inside. Nolan swings and hits it into the right field. Well,
Yeah,
foul,
foul
right?
territory,
Foul.
right field side.
Yeah.
Good. The pitcher stumbled there on the mound, and to save from throwing a balk, he went ahead and continued his pitch and bounced the ball at least 2 times before it reached the plate, but it was down the middle nonetheless, but it bounced twice before he got there.
Next ball. A little bit outside.
2-2.
Yeah.
As Kelch and Ridings take a lead. That ball's foul down the first base side. And Bethel will do it again. Into the Peacocks, it's foul.
Nolan is not going down without a fight. That's for sure.
Needs to see as many pitches as he can until he finds one he can drive somewhere.
A little bit outside, and that is his third ball. 3-2 count.
And Paxton didn't like that call, but it definitely looked like it was outside from our vantage point and kind of sweeping across, so it pulled the catcher definitely in the left-hander's batter's box. As Coach Curtis just about took a ball in the jaw on that foul ball, but he got his hands up just in time as he knocked that ball down and fell down himself to protect himself. And so he's be a little bit more on his toes as Nolan went down swinging there.
Yes, come on.
And Kelch was stealing, and as he stole, the catcher overthrew the ball into left field, and so he just turned the corner and kept on coming.
The score is now Meigs 2, Philly 3 in the third inning. Well, bottom of the third.
For the Warriors, number 42,
That'd be a throwing error on your catcher, Welch, and it will advance Ridings to third base.
Now batting number 42, Ridings. Correa. Not bad.
And Correa singled on a fly ball to the left fielder. His first at bat.
First pitch was a strike, right down the middle. Second pitch, right down the middle. Batted to shortstop. RBI on Correa as Caden Ridings on his way in to make our 3-4.
And as frustrated as Correa is with getting out right there, he moved that runner and hit behind him, which allowed us to get another run across here.
Now up to bat, number 16, Capshaw. First pitch is, looks like it was outside, but it wasn't.
And if you remember, Capshaw in the first pulled one down the line, and that ball bounced over the first base bag for a double, as he just took one in the, looked like in the shin. But he stood in there nonetheless and took that pitch as he gets up and starts to dust himself off as Coach Costner, Coach Curtis come over to check on him as he's gingerly making his way to, can't tell if he's making his way to first base or towards the dugout, but I'm sure they'll try to pinch run for him.
Looks like he's making his way to first.
Well, Nonetheless, anytime you get hit in your legs, lower legs, there's not a lot of meat there. It definitely stings. And it looks like he is going to head over to the dugout.
With the pinch runner, 95, Bassett, Nolan Bassett.
Jaden Capshaw heads to the dugout. Nolan Bassett will come in to pinch run. Stepping to the plate for the Warriors will be number 33, Bryson Costner.
Now up to bat, number 33, Bryson Costner.
And Costner struck out his first at bat. The ball looked a little bit up for Costner, but was called a strike nonetheless. And that ball is swung on and missed for strike 2 to bring your count to 0-2.
Catcher throws down to first, but Bassett makes it back standing up.
Drop third strike there. If Costner can beat the throw out, and controversial call maybe, but field umpire says he slid under the tag as a first baseman was expecting him to essentially give himself up or run through.
Now up to bat, number 14, Noah Eller. After that.
And so with 2 outs, it'll bring up Eller.
First pitch was down and out for ball 1.
And Eller grounded out to the pitcher his first at bat.
Second pitch was out. That is ball 2. Third pitch, just in the strike zone. And that makes the count 2-1. And next pitch is just above the strike zone, which will make it a 3-1 count. Noah tips the ball.
Yeah, Noah fouled that one straight back towards us to bring up a full count.
Strike 3, that is 3 outs. We'll be back in the next inning.
Couple of hits.
It is
runs, couple left.
2-4.
We move to the top of the 4th
We'll see you in the
inning.
top.
Your score, Philadelphia 4.
We'll see you in the top of the 4th inning.
Meigs County 2.
This broadcast is made possible by Loudoun County School Board member Scott Newman. Go Redskins! This message from Scott Newman, a proud Redskin supporter. Spring sports coverage on RedskinRadio.com is made possible by Nick Jones. If you need auto, home, power sports, or life insurance, Nick Jones is ready to help. He's a Philadelphia alumnus, and he won't be satisfied until you're completely satisfied. Nick Jones, phone 675-0300. Spring sports coverage on RedskinRadio.com is made possible by Barnard Construction, specializing in pole barns and residential work. Owned and operated by Michael Barnard. Michael is a Philadelphia alumnus and a proud supporter of Warrior Nation Radio and Philadelphia School. Barnard Construction, 809-8904.
We also want to thank Chip Lynn for making these broadcasts possible for our young men. I know my son enjoys logging on to YouTube and watching previous games and listening to commentary from the Scott McIntosh, and so he always likes the insightful comments. So we appreciate you, Chip, for allowing us this opportunity.
I second that motion. So the Warriors up 4-2. Bethel's still in there, and he'll plunk the first batter on the first pitch right in the old rear.
Now batting, number 10, Schrock.
And the first batter to catch you up was Scott. He'll stand on first base. Last batter in the order is up to bat now, number 10, Schrank. He is also playing second base. So Nolan Bethel in his fourth inning of work has held the Meigs Tigers to 2 runs. Definitely a different ball game than we played out there. Very tight game. Schrank will square to bunt. He'll miss for strike 1. Pitch by Bethel, outside. Fielded by Correa. Bounces off his gear, hits the batter, keeping the ball in play. The runner will stay at first. The count will be 1-1. And another mound visit from Coach. Just an update here, an injury update. We told you about Jaden Capshaw getting nailed in the shin. I don't know if it was ankle, shin, or otherwise, but he is hobbled. Nonetheless, he is back in the game at second base. Not moving nearly as well as he normally does, but he's back in there. And he will now move over to third with a pitching change. Costner will come to second base. Nope, excuse me, not a pitching change. Totally confused you on that one. Costner comes in to play second base for Capshaw. He'll play third base. Branson Black will go over to first. And Noah Eller will play center. So wholesale changes for the defense. No substitutes, just changing positions. That ball bunted foul will bring the count to 1-2. Pitch from Bethel, one of his best of the night. That ball moved right over the plate, and he'll sit Schrank down.
Now batting, number 2, Goins.
So Goins up. He's the leadoff batter. That's me. That's him. So Goins to take his first pitch outside, gets away from the catcher. And that will allow the base runner to go down to second base. So Scott will take second. The hitter will be Goins, batting now with a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Pickoff move from Bethel. Not quite in time. Thank you, sir. One and 0 the count. 1-1 the count. Good pitch by Bethel on the outside corner as Goins will watch it go by. 4-2 Warriors. Top of the fourth inning. Pitch low, bounced in front of the plate, covered nicely by Correa, keeps the runner at second base. Correa doing good work behind the plate tonight. Count to Goins, now 2-1. And that pitch is breaking across the plate. For strike 2, watched by Goins. One of those I can't believe that broke across the plate. Looks by Goins. 2-2 the count, 1 down. That ball consistently called all night. We'll take it. Strike 3. And that's out number 2 for the Warriors.
Now up to bat number 44, Welch.
Now batting number 44.
Welch up for his 3rd time this evening.
And he hit a line drive to the left fielder and then got out there in the second when the runner tripped over the ball.
Another nice pitch by Bethel, swung on and missed. Welch corkscrews his way across home plate. Welch trying to bring this game a little closer with a runner in scoring position, down 4-2. Ball swung on, high fly. Back goes the left fielder. He'll go underneath it and he'll catch it. And that's Max Russell, and that'll be the 3rd out for the Warriors. As after 4, middle of 4, Warriors 4, Meigs 2. We'll be back.
Coverage of Philadelphia Warrior baseball at RedskinRadio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the Warrior Nation player box. Coverage is sponsored by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. In addition to live coverage, you can watch past games anytime on demand. Just go to RedskinRadio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT.
Again, if you got family at home, Redskin Radio.
Spring sports coverage on RedskinRadio.com is made possible by Barnard Construction, specializing in pole barns and residential work. Owned and operated by Michael Barnard. Michael is a Philadelphia alumnus and a proud supporter of Warrior Nation Radio and Philadelphia School. Barnard Construction, 809-8904.
He's at 70 pitches, this next pitch.
Spring sports coverage on RedskinRadio.com is made possible by Nick Jones. If you need auto, home, power sports, or life insurance, Nick Jones is ready to help. He's a Philadelphia alumnus, and he won't be satisfied until you're completely satisfied. Nick Jones, phone 675-0300.
Welcome to the Warrior half of the 4th inning. As coming to the plate will Branson Black on deck. Max Russell, Isaac Kelch will bat 3rd. And then we'll come back to the top of the order should anybody reach. Warriors up 4-2, looking to extend this lead as we are 1 hour and 8 minutes. Plenty of time left. 90 minutes, the time limit on these games. Pitcher Paxton pitching now in his 4th inning. What did we say, 70?
Yeah, 70 pitches this next pitch here.
So his next pitch will make 70, so he's getting close to his limit. Black will look to make him work hard.
Blacks flew out to left field his first at bat.
So 0 for 1. Black looking to get started himself on the evening. Facing Paxton. That ball in the dirt. Ball 1.
There's your 70th pitch there by Paxton.
That ball outside. Ball 2. Warriors have done a good job working Paxton. He is as we've seen, a really good pitcher, potentially, if not the best, one of the best pitchers definitely that we've seen this year.
Well, the more pitches we can get up, the quicker we can get into their bullpen.
Attempted a breaking ball there by Paxton. Stays high. And that one didn't stay high as that ball breaks across the plate for strike 1.
3-1 count.
That ball swung on as it would have been a strike, fouled back. And he evens the count at 3-2.
As Paxton's looking to speed his delivery up. As soon as Branson was stepping in, he was delivering. And
there's the pitch swung on to the shortstop, and it's booted. That'll be E6. Ball goes into center field. Branson will take first. Shortstop kind of just ran through the ball instead of squaring and catching it with two hands. Had plenty of time to make a play should he have fielded it. But Branson will take it anyway on.
Now batting number 13, Max Russell.
As the left fielder will bat for his second time today.
Goes for the bunt, pulls back to the strike.
And he went down swinging his first at bat.
Russell squares the bunt. He bunts it foul for the second strike. So Paxton working definitely exactly right. Patrick, he is working quicker to the batter.
Sometimes as a pitcher you can change things up to try to give yourself an advantage when you feel you're
That
struggling.
ball swung on, hit to second base. Black gets back to first. Very close to a double play there. As the ball lined by Max Russell to the second baseman, he caught it, threw over to first. Just getting back in time was Black.
And that is the first strike, and number 9, Isaac Couch is up to bat.
Couch will bat with one down.
Walked in the first at bat.
Black over at first, looking to get to second base on a steal potentially. As Costner usually in this spot will bunt. We'll see. He'll swing away. And he'll look at strike one. Ball one, strike one down. Bottom of 4. Warriors up 4-2.
Kelch was going to make him throw a strike before he was going to swing his bat.
Kelch will look at another ball inside. 2-1 to count.
Throws out, lower. That is third ball.
Unless there's a double play here, we'll get to the top of the order and Caden Ridings after Kelch. 3 balls, 1 strike to Kelch. Make it 3 balls, 2 strikes to Kelch as he watches strike number 2.
And it is down in the bottom part of the zone, but he's consistently called that all night for both sides, so we've got to be ready for it.
Got to adapt. And that ball swung on back to the pitcher. He decides to go to first base as the double play could have been in order, but he didn't look like he trusted his middle infielders, wanted to get the guaranteed out. And here comes the coach out to the mound, and that could do it for your pitcher, Paxton. And that is big for the Warriors, should that be the case.
And number 7, Ridings up to bat. With 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2-4. Warriors in the lead.
Not quite sure whether they will pull him. In fact, it looks like he may not. Nope, he is. He takes the ball from the pitcher, and we'll get some changes defensively here. So we're going to take a relief break. You're listening to RedskinRadio.com. We'll be back.
So your pitching stats for Paxton would be 3 2/3 inning. He faced 18 batters through 84 pitches, 29 balls, 55 strikes, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. 2 of those were earned, only 1 walk with 5 strikeouts, and the 1 hit batter. So not a bad night for Paxton as we try to get the last out here with the top of our lineup. Yeah, so going to, I believe, through against us at Meigs last Friday, will take the mound, and Paxton will slide over to shortstop to replace him with runner on second, in which it looks like they've put a courtesy runner on.
And I believe that it was Mr. Gowen's mother who flagged me down as we were broadcasting from Meigs the other night and said, "Where do I find your broadcast?" So she I don't know. I haven't looked at the iPad lately. I'm not sure how many watchers we've got right now. Great potential that she could be listening. So if you are, if there's any of those Meigs fans out there, shout out to you guys. And shout out to Mr. Goins as he'll take the mound for the Tigers. And he'll face right off the bat the tough Caden Ridings. And that ball swung on. Almost takes his third base coach out. So we are almost down 2 coaches now.
Scott, who is that came in for Branson there at second? Do you know?
Oh, yeah, Hawkins. Quentin Hawkins,
Thank you.
our pinch runner. That ball thrown well behind the batter. That'll be ball 3. Ball 1. I think we got a 1-1 count. One down. Riding's your batter.
Catcher doing a really good job of keeping the ball in front of him.
These first few batters that Goins will face right now had some pretty good success against him last time. We'll see how they do here. That ball swung on, and it is roped down the left field line, and it'll be foul. That would have been extra bases for sure. And that would have potentially been the first run scored for Quentin Hawkins as he's getting varsity time, and this is his first time as a varsity baseball warrior. So shout out to Mr. Quentin Hawkins, a pinch runner.
Looks like he's excited to be out there.
I guarantee it. Caden Ridings, 2-2. That ball over his head. 2 down in the inning.
3-2 count.
The payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled down the third base line. That time fielded nicely by Coach Costner, and he'll throw it back over to Goins, and we'll do it again. My money's on number 7. I have a feeling he's going to come through here with a big hit.
With 2 outs, we sure could use it.
And there it is. That ball fielded by the third baseman. He's not going to be in time. No one would be in time unless you catch it cleanly against Caden Ridings.
Now batting, 0-0, Nolan Bethel.
So Bethel will try to make the Tigers pay for a bobbled ball there. That would have been a tough play either way, should that third baseman have backhanded that ball with the speedy Ridings down first base line.
That's surely an infield hit no matter what.
Nolan swings on it, and that'll be a base hit. Quentin Hawkins will advance to third. And guess what? We're going to have the bases loaded for a guy that Goins does not want to see right now. And who would that be, Presley?
Number 42, Sebastian Correa.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 42,
Sebastian
Correa.
had 2 home runs down there in Meigs County last Friday.
I believe he had one off of Goins and one off of Hogan.
I believe that's correct.
So he'll face he'll face Goins for the first time on the evening. That ball well above his head. I believe attempted a breaking ball, almost looked like a knuckleball.
And the other thing that you've got to think about is you've got Capshaw on deck, who also homered in that same game.
Pitched to Correa right there where he wanted it. He swung and missed. Ball 1, strike 1.
He's swinging for the fences.
Yeah, exactly
Just
right. What he
not
needs
a
to
good
do is
thing.
level it out and get one in there. That's how you get home runs when you're not wanting to. And that's going to score a run as he'll take the easy way on first base. And Quentin Hawkins will touch the plate for his first run scored of his middle school career. An excited man he is. That'll leave the bases loaded still for the Warriors, bringing the score to 5-2. Jaden Capshaw steps in gingerly.
Number 16, Jaden Capshaw.
That's the thing. If he hits it over the fence, he won't have to run.
This is true.
He'll be one base by one base, I guarantee you, if he does get on. And that ball swung on, fouled down the first base line. Coach Curtis says, "I've got it, son." He fields it, gives it to the first baseman back to the pitcher, and we'll reset it. 0-1 the count, 2 down. Capshaw, who is normally an excellent hitter, we'll see how he does, just a touch lame. He'll foul that ball again down the right field line, straight up in the air, bringing the count to 0-2.
And with Capshaw's ankle bothering him like it looks like it is, he's going to need to get something to the grass somewhere to reach.
Everybody's taking humongous leads.
That ball swung on, but it's going to be a strikeout, and Capshaw's not even going to make an attempt down first base, and that just doesn't look good. But that'll do it for the Warriors. They did scratch for 1. We left 3 on base. 5-2 your score. That's the end of 4. We'll go to the 5th inning. Once again, it's Warriors 5. It's Tigers 2. We'll be back.
Live coverage of Loudon Redskin soccer with Marvin Fiesel. Find it at redskinradio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the player box. Live coverage is made possible by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. Follow Loudon Redskin soccer throughout the season on redskinradio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT. This broadcast is made possible by Loudoun County School Board member Scott Newman. Go Redskins! This message from Scott Newman, a proud Redskin supporter. Spring sports coverage on redskinradio.com is made possible by Nick Jones. If you need auto, home, power sports, or life insurance, Nick Jones is ready to help. He's a Philadelphia alumnus, and he won't be satisfied until you're completely satisfied. Nick Jones, phone 675-0300.
Welcome back. We've got one defensive change for the Warriors as Briar Udi will enter and play third base, as Capshaw will probably be done for the evening, and let's hope he'll be okay, as he took a pitch off of the shin or ankle low anyhow, and he is hobbled badly. Nolan Bethel in his 5th inning of work. He's pitched 4 full.
Now off the bat, number 20, Hogan.
And if he takes about 7 minutes and finishes them off, this should be it. That pitch inside, taken for ball 1.
And he's right at 70 pitches.
That ball pulled a little bit. That'll be ball 2, outside. Good stop again by Correa. And nothing wrong with that one as it goes right down the center. Hogan takes for strike 1. Count runs to 2-1 here in what promises to be the final at bat for the Tigers, unless they get something going. That breaking ball, as Hogan runs away just a touch, breaks across the plate for strike number 2. 2-2 the count. Hogan says, "That's not fair, sir."
And Hogan has walked both at bats, so it'd be nice to sit him down as he short arms that ball.
Ball well short, runs the count to 3-2. That ball swung on in the dirt.
Yeah, Correa just about rose up on that ball on the ball that bounced in the dirt and threw down to first. His coaches were yelling at him, and he quickly put it back in his glove and made the tag.
Excellent job to stop the ball. Excellent tag there by Correa. That'll be out number 1.
Number 1, Paxton up the bat.
Paxton has hit a double right center field where Isaac is shaded and grounded out to Capshaw, his second at bat. Quite
obvious that Paxton is the best athlete on the team. I tell you though, and I hate to judge other teams' players, that he's got some work to do on the mental game. His body language is sketchy at best. You can tell exactly what he's thinking. That's for sure. 2 balls, 1 strike from Bethel.
You can definitely see, just because I've watched Nolan so much, mechanically not quite in sync.
As Paxton takes that one low. That's 3 balls, 1 strike.
Let him hit it here. Let's play defense. There we go.
Udi plays his first ball of the day. Black jumps for some reason to catch it. Comes down on the bag just in time, and he'll put him out. So a good job by Udi, good job by Black on the put out of Paxton. That's a big out. 2 down.
Now batting number 3, Spradling.
That brings Bethel's pitch count to 82.
Coach comes out to check on him. Nolan says, "Don't think so, Coach. Give me a break. Get on out of here." Maybe he didn't say that. Nonetheless, he'll stay in. Correa says, "Give me one more, my man." I don't know, though, if he can work slowly. We've still got 4 minutes until this game is called. Should he get this guy out quickly, we're going to go to another inning.
And Spalding has struck out swinging and grounded out to the first baseman. His 2 at-bats.
Can't say enough how nice it is for Udi to come in cold off the bench. First ball hit to him, plays it cleanly, throws over to first. That's a sign of a good player right there. And there's a strike by Bethel. That'll bring the count to 1-1. He looks to have good command of his breaking ball right now.
Yeah, he does a nice little slider that it's got some really good movement. But you can see he's short-arming sometimes.
So that pitch taken, what we think from our angle looks outside. That ball called a strike all night though. Spragling stand in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball back to Bethel. He'll field it. He'll throw to Branston Black. And that'll put him out. And we'll see what the umpire says about time. It's going to be awful close. So he reaches in his pocket. Pulls the old cell phone out. Meigs comes out, doesn't even look for a call from the umpire. They said, "We've had enough." Wave the flag. And we'll do it.
And with that, that'll be your ball game here in Philadelphia tonight for the varsity game.
So Meigs comes to Philadelphia. Plays a heck of a good game, a much better game than they played out at Meigs, but nonetheless they take the loss as Philadelphia just outdoes them by 3 runs. Final score 5-2. Presley, any final words?
Not really. That was a really good game. You could see that Meigs was trying to fight back the whole game, but they just couldn't really.
Yeah, same story, different game. These Warriors are just confident, and then they plan on winning the game, no matter what kind of adversity they've got to go through. So as the JV guys come on to get warmed up, we'll give you some stats. What do you see there, Patrick?
So Nolan had 23 batters faced and threw 86 pitches, 37 of those balls and 49 of those strikes. So gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 4 walks with 8 strikeouts, and being 2 young men.
So he'll work a little bit more on his efficiency and his command. But it's always nice to come out with a win even when you don't think you have your best stuff. And I'm sure obviously he'll be his worst critic. He doesn't need any of us to tell him what he needs to do better. That's why he's who he is. Offensively, anybody stand out tonight?
For your Warriors, Caden Ridings had 2 hits on the afternoon. Nolan had a hit. Sebastian had a hit. Jaden had 1 hit for a total of 3 RBIs, but we had 5 runs because we had a couple unearned runs on some throwing errors by catcher down to third and first base, which moved the runners around.
So Meigs helped us out a little bit, but these Warriors are always going to fight, and interesting to see that Costner led us tonight in batting. That's not something that happens often, but any of these Warriors can strike at any time, and excellent job by him in the bottom of our order to keep us going, and excellent job by all these Warriors. And I want to say excellent job by you too. Thank you, Patrick Bethel. Thank you, Presley. I'm Scott McIntosh. Tonight, the Warriors win again, 5-2. They're 13-1. If you haven't seen them yet, they're worth the price of admission. If you want to listen to us, we'll do our best from now on. Thank you very much. You're listening to RedskinRadio.com. We're done. Warriors win. Warriors win. Warriors win.